What's going on, guys? Alright, so I'm having a couple camera issues. I don't know. We'll see how this turns out. Looks like it's a little bit better, but see, with it being so bright in here, you can see it a little bit pixelated. Sorry. Today, we're going to take a look at the Royal Hunter, which I just got in. And I'm actually, I think I really like it. I don't know. Let's take a look. I'll throw it on my box. Hang on. Come on, screw up. There we go. It's Mutation X V3 with the super long 510 pin. That's the vein of my existence. But I really like that device. Alright. So here's the build deck. It's actually it's got a lot of room in there. This is two Clapton coils that I did with it's a triple twisted, so three strands of 28 as the core, and I used 32 gauge to wrap the Claptons, and it's pretty sweet. I don't do Claptons that often, but I don't know, felt like it, so. Power of PWM right there. It's usually Claptons have a pretty decent warm-up time. Probably turn it up even a little bit more. Let's see how that goes. Yeah. I love PWM. If you haven't tried one or got one yet, it's my favorite, and I build boxes. But let's have a vape and we'll talk about it a little bit. Move back a little bit for you here. Thing produces. Close to a dry hit on that one. I'm using up a fair amount of juice with this build. Luckily I got a whole ton of it back there. But yeah, so the airflow is it's not as wide open as some of the Addies out there. Certainly not like the Mutation X. It's sufficient though. It's pretty good. Even though I'm getting pretty good clouds out of it. It's I think I would put it more on the flavor chasing side of things. I don't know if I'd ever rock this thing on less than wide open airflow. I like it pretty open, and this is about as restricted as I would go on an RDA anyway. But it's you know, it's pretty nice. So you gotta let me take a couple things off here. It is a little bit of a bitch to get the super wide drip tip off. Not every time, but of course right now it's going to be. Huh? Alright, there we go. Yeah. Alright, so this is the drip tip that it comes with. You can see it's got splashback grids there, basically. Just a bunch of little holes drilled in it. Super wide bore. I mean, I could fit, you know, over the top of the drip tip for the V3 on there. It's a really wide bore thing. It also comes with a drip tip adapter. I haven't used it yet. I kind of like the wide open ones on it anyways. Here's your airflow control ring. Pretty simple. You can do dual or single coil. I tried it with one Clapton at first, and it was okay. I liked it better with I usually like dual coils better. It worked pretty well. It's just, you know, with one side open, this is even more restricted, and that's kind of not my thing. Yeah, it's a nice little device. It's small. Like it's really, really short compared to the V3 because a lot of people have that. You know, it's, well, I guess it's not that much smaller. Maybe 4 or 5 millimeters, something like that. But it looks pretty small. You can see this is a B box. It looks pretty tiny on it. Yeah, this is my dual 26 650 PWM box that I make. Nice little control on there. I love these things. This build came out to a 0.5 ohm, which is, you know, not really that low. But it's really great on here. Mostly because, you know, these things you can pretty much make it from, you know, you can turn it down as low as you want, and then if you turn it up all the way, it's pretty much like a series box. I got it at about 95% right now. Because it's a little restricted, you can do a little bit higher ohm build like this. You know, it probably wouldn't work too well on a parallel block. Well, let's see. I'll turn it down to about 50%. We'll go 55% because I've been using these batteries most of the day. This should be somewhere around 4 volts-ish. Still not bad, it's just not as warm. A little bit more of a ramp-up time to it, and not as much flavor. I knew I had a cough coming up there. But yeah, it's getting pretty vapey in here. Royal Hunter, it's right up there. One of the things I don't like about it is that if you use this drip tip, you can drip through it, but then you're going to get some spit back when you're taking hits. So pretty much it's one of the ones where you got to pop the top off and redo it. I'm doing like 16 drops right now. It actually has room for a little bit more too. But it starts to flood the coils at that point. You gotta take a hit or two just to get it to taste right. Vaping on some mech milk right now. I swear I don't work for Mech Sauce. I'm a big fan of their brand and the price because I buy everything. But yeah, man, Royal Hunter, I like it a lot. I will say, with a build like this in it, dual Claptons, it does get warm. If you take, you know, 4 or 5 hits in a row. But it cools off pretty quickly, so it's not that big of a deal. It starts to get hot, you just set it down for a minute and it's cool again. So not that big of a attraction, but you know, it's something I've noticed. Like right now it's getting pretty warm, but not so much that I can't use it. Alright guys, that is the Royal Hunter. If you have any questions, ask. If you would be so kind to subscribe to my channel, that'd be awesome. I do not very professional films, as you can see, but I try to do what, you know, I do mostly affordable stuff, and a lot of my own boxes that I build. I got to make a separate channel for that, but I just haven't done it yet. But yeah, Royal Hunter, it's pretty cheap. I think I paid maybe like $35 for it. I think you might be able to find a better deal than that now. Hopefully sometime soon I can get a better camera and we'll get do some more funky stuff. I think I'm going to do a build or two here and there. Maybe I'll do a Clapton coil setup for you guys. It's not hard to do. If you got a cordless drill, it takes, I don't know, 5-10 minutes to complete the whole entire process. The first time you do it, it can be a little wonky, but once you get the tension right on it, and just run your finger, kind of let it guide your finger along, it's pretty simple to do. Alright guys, that's it for this one. I'll see you around.